Thank you for calling Lancaster Archery Supply. This is Jasmine. How can I help you?
For the last 3 years, I've been a team lead here in the customer service department at Lancaster Archery. This is our handbook that guides everything we do on the phones. I wrote it myself.
Call or message our Lancaster Archery customer service reps with all your questions or to place your orders. We promise they'll be polite.
Paige Pierce, your Women's Open Pro champion. Open Pro champ, Bodie Turner. And our champion, Casey Kaufhold, LAS Classic champ, Brady Ellison.
Jolty, Venom takes the win.
Nick Cappers, Classic Open Pro champ.
Today's weather report looks like a high of 70 degrees and not a cloud in the sky. In other news, U.S. manufacturing jobs have been shipped overseas at an alarming rate. Manufacturers opting for higher profit margins and taking jobs away from American workers. After over 50 years, PSC Archery has stated, in fact, they're doubling down, making their carbon bows right here in the USA.
At the Lancaster Archery Foundation, it's our mission to get as many people as possible involved in the sport of archery. Whether that's helping the local 4-H club, archery range, or scout troop acquire equipment for their introductory archery programs, or providing money to help elite American athletes represent our nation at global tournaments. You can help us in our mission by donating today at LancasterArcheryFoundation.org.
We didn't want to sacrifice on the stability of the riser. We did not want to sacrifice on these lambs, and so we went down the path of a different way to look at it.
We just wanted to start from the ground up, and where we ended up was with the title.
This baby's bad. Me and this ethos are getting along.
For more info on a complete 2024 Elite lineup, visit EliteArchery.com.
minutes on the line.
right, hey everybody, PJ Riley, Lancaster Archery. Welcome to the 4 p.m. Thursday line of the 2024 Lancaster Archery Classic. So you can see, got a few more archers out here on this line. Definitely a bigger line. Exciting to be here. Exciting to see these folks shooting. I believe this should have been their 8th end. We'll get scoring updates in a minute, but of course the big story, $50,000 for a perfect 660 in honor of our 20th anniversary of the Lancaster Archery Classic. We had no 660s on the first line, 2 59s. Jimmy Lutz, Stefan Hansen. Stefan Hansen was one of my picks for a 660. He did not do it. 59, hey, he's still in the running for the overall tournament. But here on this line, 4 p.m., after 7 ends, we had one archer still clean. That was Robert Householder from Alabama. Primarily a 3D archer. He was still clean. On this line, we have Bodie Turner and Chance Bobuff. Both of them have dropped 1 arrow. Chance dropped 2. Bodie has dropped 1. Bodie, of course, shot 660s each of the last 2 years. He has dropped 1 here, so no 660 for him. So right now, Robert Householder is a lone archer, still eligible for that 50,000. We're going to follow him through the tournament, or through the rest of the round today, see how he does. But excited to be out here for the 4 p.m. line. And we're just going to start following the action, see who's out here shooting. One, Stefan Heinz. He has dropped 1 X in this round. And once again, Robert Householder is our lone clean archer. We're going to find him, show you a shot of Robert. Solid shooter, 2-time winner, ASA Known Pro Shooter of the Year. So he certainly has the skill to be a top archer. There I see him. He is not too far down. We'll catch up with Robert here in a second. So Householder is going to be shooting this next line down here. All right, so here we are looking at Robert Householder, and once again, my luck holds out. I have jinxed him, and Robert Householder has dropped an X. So he now is no longer still clean. So no one is still clean on this round. So far, everybody I have mentioned has instantly dropped an 11. So I am the black cat of this tournament. I gotta stop talking about people. They can't hear me. I'm nowhere near him. So it's all in my head, but yeah. Best Householder can do now is a 59. All right, so if you are just joining us and we're not with our earlier line, we have some little bit different rules here because of the $50,000. So archers are required to change targets every 5 ends. Used to be just at the half, but now you have to change it every 5 ends. Just to make sure, you know, some of these holes start getting a little big there. You can see Householder, his bottom right target. That's kind of a big hole there. If he would keep working that, it would be hard to tell where that 11 line is. So, making them change every 5 ends so that we can see those targets. Let's get a look here who we got shooting on this line, because I really haven't paid attention too much. There's Jace Bowles, another 3D guy. You see him shooting here, Open Pro. Hallie Grind, Women's Open Pro. I see Lico Ariola's out here shooting. Also Women's Open Pro. I believe I saw Louis Price earlier from New York. I'm just going to walk down here and see who I see. Most of the big names will be shooting tomorrow, Friday. A lot more of them, I should say. We've got big names out here, but just in terms of numbers of big names. Oh, the big cats. Steve Anderson is out here shooting on this line. Always good to see him. George Riles, Griv. He is here with the guys from the Archery Learning Center. Just walking down. Who do I see? Oh, there's Danny Evans, 3D Pro. mainly known for. Sam Suter, shooting also another 3D pro. Lots of 3D guys shooting this line, apparently. Down here in the recurve area. I think most of the big ones will be shooting tomorrow. Yep. Got a bunch of archers from one team here. Got to find out what team this is.
Yes, sir.
Give me a shot of these. I don't know what team that is. So we got a whole bunch down here. What team are you guys all from? Everybody's got the same jersey down here. Kentucky Christian University. All right. I like it. Everybody got in the same bale, too. Same bales. So here you go. There they are. Kentucky Christian University. Good to see them out here. I see Olympic recurve, bow hunter. I see bear bow. It's got to be some open compound. Yeah, everything. All the setups. So that's cool. Archery is becoming a bigger thing at the collegiate level now. So it's really awesome to see them all out here. Olympic recurve, like I mentioned, there's every discipline out here. Olympic recurve, barebow, open. Men's and women. Good. Tyler, how's it going?
Good.
This is Tyler Weiss from our pro shop. How's it going, man?
Good. Good. I got the nerves out early, so.
Got him out.
Got him out early. I thought I'd be more nervous, but.
How many times have you shot the Classic?
This is my first.
This is the first. So talk about that, because Tyler here has been banging high 50s, 59s, 58s. What's it like coming out here for your first time?
It's I shot a lot of the Penn Dutch stuff that we have in Lancaster. That's very easy. It's very easy to shoot that and then come here and be comfortable because it's very laid back. And I would say that from the outside looking in, this is a laid-back tournament compared to probably some other ones. So it was easy to make the choice to do it. I mean, I registered with 6 hours left on the last night. So I've only been shooting a target bow for a month. This is the first time in 6 years I've shot. So it's not going to be a 658 today, but it's still good. It's going good. So
good to hear, man. Appreciate you shooting.
Thank you. Nux.
Yeah. Tyler Weiss works in our pro shop. So yeah. He has been putting up some ridiculous scores shooting local stuff. So he braved the group to come out here and shoot with the big boys. So we are at the half. That's what's happening. We are replacing targets. So let's see what we got here. We still have Robert Householder, Jeff Rainey, Bodie Turner, Stefan Heinz on this line, who have each dropped one in Open Pro. Men's Open, we have Drew Hortman, who has dropped 2. Barebow. Let's see here. Looks like William Melnick is his average arrow score. He's at a 9.1. That's pretty good for barebow, but that would still put him behind Nicholas Way, who shot on our last line.
All right, remember,
Women's Open. We have Josephine Stewart at a 3:15 at the half. That's on pace for a 6:30. Good score. Masters Open. We have Thomas Warner at a 3:21 at the half. Youth Male Open. What do we got? Wyatt Dorcas at a 3:20. Youth Male Open. That's a 6:40 pace. Great score there, Wyatt. Bowhunter. We have our own Hunter Larice with a 292. Right now, he has a 10.8 arrow average, which is tops for per arrow average. Go Hunter. 292 at the half. Let's see if he can keep that up. Hunter is our social media manager here at Lancaster Archery. Olympic recurve. We have Eric, on this one. Nick Diamore at a 291 at the half. So Nick from the Virgin Islands. He is leading the way this half on this line. Women's Open Pro. Lico Areola is leading the way with a 3:23 at the half. On pace, she would have to not miss any to overtake Tanya Gelantine, who finished her round with a 6:50. So Lico would have her work cut out for her to try and overtake Tanya in that top spot. Masters Open Pro. Chad Hilburn with a 3:26. Right behind him, Griv, George Riles IV, 3:24. Good shooting there. We also got Ken Bronco on this line. He's at a 3:10. Tim Gillingham will be shooting tomorrow. We should also mention Rio Wild will be making his debut in the Masters Open Pro class tomorrow. Women's Masters Open. We had Brandy Hubert with a 300 half. Nice shooting there, Brandy. Senior Open. Glenn Talley. Oh, he finished at a 626. Clint Palm at a 309. Currently, he would not be on pace to overtake Glenn Talley. Glenn Talley has won this tournament before. Women's Olympic recurve. We have Kaylee Kirshner at a 257. She is leading the way this half. And Youth Female Open. We have Brianna Moore at a 315. She would have to shoot pretty darn near perfect to overtake Brielle Ochnick, who shot a 638 posted at the noon line. Killer score for Brielle. Awesome. Women's barebow. We have Kennedy Meyer at a 273 at the half with a 9.1 arrow average. She's got a solid hold on first place. If she could keep that up. Youth male recurve. We have Patrick Nielsen, who shot a 300. A 10 arrow average. Good shooting there, Patrick. He is on pace to take over the lead. And finally, youth female recurve. We only have one youth female recurve, Emily Maynard, at a 173. She's the only one shooting this this line. So, there you have it. There's our leaders in all 17 divisions. That $50,000 is not in jeopardy on this line. I say in jeopardy, we want to give it away. We don't want to keep it. We want somebody to win it. But we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to see if anyone is up for it. So, 9 ends to go here on the 4 p.m. line, Thursday. All right, so I am coming into the chat here, and let's see. Let's read through some questions. Someone says, when is Paige shooting? And someone answered, tomorrow at 12. PJ, find the true bare bows, long with wooden arrows. I saw 2 wooden longbows in the practice range. So they are here somewhere. I don't think they're shooting right now. Don't forget, you can follow scoring at inco.net. All right, let's see what else we got. Do we know how many archers have shot? So we are through 11 ends on this round. Let's see. Desert Brew Crew, Kentucky Christian University. Daughter was offered a full ride there. Congratulations. Great group down there. That was so weird just to find them all in one area. Great bunch of kids down there. Let's see. Thanks for the coverage. I was able to keep it on all day long. Brian Vandenboom, you bet, Brian. Just for you, we are doing this live feed. Okay, please clarify some terminology. Shooting 3 arrows is called what? That is called an end. 10 3-arrow shot is called the half. So we're shooting 20 ends, so 10 ends is the half. A game is called what? A game here, typically, most people call a game 30 arrows. 30-arrow game, that's kind of standard. But here we shoot 60, so the game is 60 arrows. But usually people, when they say I shot a game, they're saying 30 arrows. Let's see. Commentator's curse remains intact. Yes, I apologize for that. I don't know what it is. Everybody I have mentioned, as soon as I mentioned that they were clean, the next end, they dropped an X. So I got to stop doing that. Let's see. Yep, Householder's dropped one. We've got Householder, Turner, Reintz, Rainey. Householder, Rainey, Bodie Turner are our only 3 on this end who have dropped 1X. So they are currently on pace to tie Stefan Hansen and Jimmy Lutz. Let's see what else. Yeah, if you got questions, put them in the chat. You do have to be a subscriber to put one in there. So, hey, hit that subscriber button. Why not subscribe? Of course. Bodie score somebody's asking for. Bodie is at a 362. That is through 11 ends. Let's see what else we got. Is there women bow hunter? No, there is not women bow hunter. Currently, bow hunter is our one mixed class still. Barebow for years was mixed until we got enough women barebow to split off and have their own division. I understand that there's a contingent of women bow hunters out there who would like the same thing. It's all about numbers. We got to have the numbers, and it's not just, oh, well, we had a bunch show up this year. We can't go by just 1 year, because you can imagine if we're like, okay, let's set a class, and then the next year nobody shows up, we're kind of left out in the open. So it's kind of got to be a sustained thing. Women barebow, the women were showing up for a while before we had a women's class. Cameraman show all the faces. Hey, they are doing their darndest out there. There are this lane is the side of the court they're on. There are 78 bales. I'm going to say about 60 of them are full. There you're looking at our Hunter Larice in the blue shirt. That's our social media manager. His per arrow end, he's leading the bow hunter. Oh, that didn't look like a good shot. He didn't look happy with it. But social media manager, his per arrow end, he was leading bow hunter. Now, through 60 arrows, that's a different matter. But back to what we were saying. There's about 60 bales in use on this side here. 2 archers per bale shooting at a time. So there's 120 archers shooting at a time there. And we have 2 cameras. We have a third one that's stationary upstairs, but 2 of them are roaming around. And it's tight. They have to weave through all the equipment there. They're doing their best to make sure everybody gets on there at some point. You can... What point weight is usually used for senior shooters for indoor? So there's going to be, basically, you're going to have 2 schools on that. You're probably going to have your heavy ones shooting 250 or 300, and then you're going to have your light ones who may opt for 100 or 120. I would say 100 to 140 is, especially for the seniors, they're not going to want to shoot super heavy arrows. But yeah, that's going to be your options, probably 100 to 140, 200 to 300 on the heavy side. If you got questions, drop them in. If you're back tomorrow, leave us questions. Again, tomorrow we're going to have 8 a.m., noon, and 4 p.m. lines. And then this hall is going to be full. It's going to be packed. Thursday's always light. This is our day that we have growth. If you've never shot the Classic before, come on out. Madison says, who is your favorite Canadian archer? Got to give it up to my boy, Christopher Perkins. That's a tough one, though. Christopher Perkins, I'm a big fan of Crispin Duenas, too. Got to give that edge, though, to my man, Christopher Perkins. Just a good dude. Very few people probably know this, but during the COVID year, Christopher Perkins came down to shoot the ASAs and stayed down in the States for months rather than go back and forth because travel was a nightmare. So he stayed down here. He hung out. Some folks at Lancaster Archery put him up, and he would go in, work in the shop. Just, you got to see what kind of guy Christopher Perkins is. Just salt of the earth, good guy. I got to shoot a couple of local tournaments with him. Just all-around fun guy to be around. So he's going to get my title. Who picked the music? You know who picked the music? So what happens is this is a live stream. The music, believe it or not, is a big issue. If we pick the wrong music, it gets shut down. So this has to be music that's approved for use in something like this. If it wasn't, if a single song comes up that's not on the approved YouTube music list, boom, they shut us down. So it's kind of we go in and figure out what music we're allowed to play so that we don't have to shut it down. So that's where we pick. No Bon Jovi fans out there? Is that what I'm hearing?
I hate Bon Jovi. I like them. So I was real glad to shoot high first.
Let's see what else we got here. We like to chatter back and forth here in the chat between people. Good stuff. Can someone update the Vegas shoot music? It's ancient. Well, I bet it's broadcast safe, which is... That's the paramount thing, because we had early classics where we just played music and they got shut down, and our streams, if you went back, you would turn them on and the stream would be there and there'd be no audio. So we've been through that. We've been fighting this fight for years, and we have finally figured it out. Who is my favorite Dutch shooter? Oh boy, that's a tough one. So, Dutch would have to be the Netherlands. I've got to go Mike Schlosser, right? Mikey's a good dude. Last year, I was right here with Mike Schlosser. You may have heard me mention it. Mike Schlosser, 59 perfect arrows. He shot a 10 on his 60th arrow to miss the 660. So he's somebody we're going to be watching this weekend, because he for sure is capable. I think that's the second or third time he shot a 59. There you see. All right, so there you see third shooter in the PSE jersey. That is John Ball shooting the bow hunter setup. Let me give him a shout out just because sometimes I shoot local 3D tournaments with John Ball. He's an excellent bow hunter shooter. We would expect him. He will be in the mix for sure this weekend. Whether he gets through eliminations, we don't know, but John Ball there, PSE shooter. Very accomplished in the IBO world. Wins a lot of IBO tournaments. There he is. He's from Maryland. Good guy there, John Ball. Shot some 3D with him. There you see one of the Griv Archery Learning Center. I don't know that young man, but I recognize that hold. That is a George Riles taught hold right there. I don't know if George teaches that English at the end. But George Riles has the Archery Learning Center down in Georgia. Got a lot of very talented young shooters there. There's the big cat, Steve Anderson. I saw him. Right next to Danny Evans. Here we go. Let's get him on screen there. There's the big cat, Steve Anderson, Hoyt legend. Mainly because he's like 7 feet tall. But he is now currently running the Hoyt shooting staff program, and right to his right there, that's Danny Evans in the Matthews jersey. He's an accomplished 3D pro. Also a big buck killer. Danny Evans just killed a monster 8-pointer on the last day of Illinois' bow season. So, two very good professional archers there in Steve Anderson and Danny Evans. Steve Anderson, has won tournaments all over the world. He did his time. He's technically retired now, is how he phrased it to me. But you can see he's still shooting here. We're having a Connect with the Pros event tomorrow night, and Steve was worried none of the kids would know who he is. I said, you're coming, right? And he said, these kids don't know who I am anymore. Look at him looking. There he is. That's the big cat for you. Yeah. Everybody knows Steve Anderson. So, what are some popular vanes for indoor arrows? So, usually it's going to be something longer. It's going to be, a lot of the 3 to 4 inch. 3.5, 3.75 is probably your most common length. It's going to be flex fletch. There's a lot of tack vanes out there. AAE, there's going to be a lot of their vanes are going to be out there. Boning, another popular brand. Boning, AAE, tack, flex fletch. They're probably going to be your most popular vanes for indoor. And like I said, 3 to 4 inches, 3.5, 3 3/4 is probably most popular. You want lots of steering, lots of helical. Some folks will just shoot 4 fletch to shoot shorter vanes. But there you see some different varieties. That looks like some AAE hybrids, I believe we were looking at there. Oh, I'm looking at a different camera than you are. There we go, zooming in. And those are feathers. Yeah, there you go, old school. Straight feathers on that one. Down there, that's Silent Night. That's a flex fletch. You got a 4 fletch arrow there. That looks like a AAE, I believe. I don't know which one. And then that is a tack, I think. I can't see the pro. Yep, there's a tack vanes. So, there you go. Just what we were talking about. Young lady repping the gas bowstrings. Let's see, what else we got here? You'd like to know more about bow hunter class. Okay. Any shaft restrictions? So, no. Here at the Classic in bow hunter, you can shoot the biggest arrows, 27 diameter. What the restrictions are, your front bar can be no more than 12 inches, the end of it. So that includes your connection and any weights, no more than 12 inches to the end of the stabilizer to the face of the bow. Your side rod can be any length. No restriction there, only on that front bar. The other one is no lens in your scope. So that's our interpretation of bow hunter. There's all kind of rules for different organizations. That's what we have for bow hunter. And because you can't shoot a lens, so you can't shoot a dot, you're basically going to have to shoot a pin in your sight housing, because we don't even allow a 0 power lens. No lens, no glass. So you got to shoot a pin in there. You can have a light. That's our bow hunter rule. Let's see. Oh, and another thing you'll see in some hunter classes, there's Tyler Weiss, our pro shop technician. Talked to him earlier. Something else that used to be around in bow hunter, I don't even know if anybody has it anymore. You used to have to use screw-in tips. We don't have that. That's not part of our rules. So you can have the glue-in target points that everybody else shoots. Do you ever hear talk of the average cost to come from the west to the class? There are a lot of folks from the West Coast that come out here. Paige Pierce, of course, she's a pro. But I talked to, and the Turners, they come from Washington. But I did talk to several people today. There were some folks from Idaho, some amateurs. some folks from Arizona. We get a lot from Arizona and New Mexico. But I have not heard them talk about the average cost. You know, staying here is not that expensive. We're in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, Amish country. It's not like Vegas where it's $500 a night for your room. It's pretty affordable around here. If you get Airbnbs, probably even more affordable, because this is not our tourist season. Amish country is tourist country, but that's in the spring and the fall. This is not when we have tourists here. So wouldn't be that expensive to stay here. But as for airplanes, I don't know what that costs. I'm going to guess you're looking at $1,000. All right, so there we got to look at Big Dane Johnson, known pro ASA shooter, has won multiple tournaments on the ASA trail. He, of course, is out here shooting the Classic. This is one of the indoor tournaments. He doesn't do a bunch, but this is one of them. I believe he's from Georgia or North Carolina, somewhere down that way. Indiana. Or Indiana. They're right next to each other. Georgia, North Carolina, Indiana, whatever. Anyway, he's from somewhere where he doesn't have to travel too far. But we're glad to see Dane out here.
Him and I are fighting. You pointed that camera at me. Or at least past me. Do it at least past me. Well, I mean, at least, you know, it takes a little more. You know, every pore in my face is showing right now, and it looks fine. It's all right. Look at out there. It's all good. I kind of have to agree.
All right, there's a good bucket hat. Let's get a shot of this bucket hat. Yeah, we always like a good bucket hat. Like it. Let's see if he's shooting Olympic or if he's shooting bare bow. Yep, he's got stabilizers on there. Nice Olympic recurve setup there. Oh, one of the guys from Ecuador. I met them earlier today. Yes, we have a full contingent here from Ecuador. This is their first time at the Classic. So, if you're out there sitting at home, here's some folks who came from Ecuador to shoot the Lancaster Archery Classic. They just said they've seen it on TV. Thought it seemed like fun. They're big into target archery, so they came up here to shoot. I also met some guys. One of them gave me a button. Let me see where they were from. Hope I still have it. Here we go. Guyana. I met a group of guys from Guyana who came to the Lancaster Archery Classic for the first time. So truly, folks coming from all over the world to be here, and we are so thankful that they do. Let's see what else we got here. Few men and women are there from the ATA shop in Liberty, New York. Got lots of folks here from New York, well represented. Yeah, great to meet new folks from around the world coming here. I know last year we had some folks from Mongolia. Crazy where folks come from to compete in the Lancaster Archery Classic. We appreciate every last one of them. The Classic is what it is because of these folks. Bigger and better every year. And if you hadn't heard me mention it, so we're looking down there at that blue floor. You saw that. So that blue floor has lines on it for field hockey, volleyball, basketball. They play all kinds of stuff here. Oop, there's a close arrow. Oh, is it in? That's a 27. I bet you on the other side he's got that 10 line. I can't see it, but I'm calling it a 10 from here, from my seat. But anyway, that blue floor that you saw there with all those lines on it, lined up for every sport you can imagine. Well, there are no lines on it for archery. So this, you look down that whole field there, that's about half of it. It's about 150, I think I counted it out at 400 feet long, I think it is, which is not quite 150 yards. It's going to be like 120. So this was not set up for archery 2 days ago. Lancaster Archery staff came in here, basically Spooky Nook just backs out of the way and says, go. We turn this into this world-class archery facility that you see here. That includes putting a line for the archers to shoot from, 400 feet long on one side. We still have the whole other side of the field. There's another court that's not quite as long as this, but almost. But anyway, you got lines for the shooters, then individual box lines. Then there's the, what is it, like 3 meter dead arrow line. We need that. There's a waiting line that's got to be put down. Then there's the line that all the target stands sit on. These are all tape lines that we put down. In 2 days, not to mention set up all these stands, 135 bales there are out there. Scorecards. There's going to be 540 of those scorecards you see. They're all double zeros. They'll come into play when we do elimination matches. But the scorecards, triple zeros, you see on each bale. 540 of them. We do all this ourselves. No contract help. That's how important this tournament is to us. We don't trust anybody else to do it. It's going to be us, our way, and we know it's right. All the signage throughout the hall here, that's all put up by us, our crews. It's kind of an all hands on deck for this tournament. Basically, nobody from Lancaster Archery has slept in 4 days. No, that's not true. But it's definitely a labor of love. PJ, is this your favorite part of the job? It's definitely one of them. I love seeing all the archers out here, meeting new people, seeing people who I've known for years. Hey, it's hard to beat. I was in news for 25 years before this. I won't go into that, but I had to deal with a lot of dead people. That was not fun. This is way better than that. But this is pretty cool. I would have to say, though, when I get to shoot with some of the pros, that may be a little bit better than this. I can't lie. If I get to shoot with Chris Perkins, Dan McCarthy, Cara Kelly, Levi Morgan, any of those pros, yeah, that might be a little bit better than this. But this is definitely cool. See what else we got here. Now I know why the order I placed on Sunday with Lancaster took a while to be fulfilled. You are right there, Debbie. It was because there are even people, so you're wondering, people from the warehouse, people who do order fulfillment, they have been out here working. It's every department of the company sends people here to work on this tournament. Here we go. Here's George Riles. Let's get a good look at Griv right there. excellent archery coach. Turns out those kids down there. Oh, and standing right in front of him is Sam Smith. We should mention, shout out to him too. Open Pro, ASA Archer, right next to each other. Sam Smith and George Riles. They're both from Georgia, so hey, they can probably understand each other's accents. I can't, but they probably can. But yeah, Griv at the Archery Learning Center, he trains some high-level archers. If any of you are fans of Chris B is an Archery Learning Center disciple. Colby Hanley from Ultraview, ALC guy. Gaius Carter from PSE, another ALC guy. So lots of great archers came from there. And Sam Smith, of course, Open Pro. Excellent archer as well. Oh, there we go. There's some barebow. Those of you who are asking for barebow, here you go. Got several barebow archers lined up down there. If you watch this guy Benton in the green shirt when he picks up his bow, check out the weight he has under his hand. Look at that thing. It's like an axe blade. He's a serious barebow archer right there. So what it is in barebow is your bow and anything on it has to fit through a specific ring. I forget the size of the ring, but they have this ring and your bow and everything has to fit through it. If it fits through it, you're legal. No sights, of course, but any of your weights have to fit through the ring with the bow. So that's why you'll see big weights, but they're going to hug the bow. They're not going to stick out from it in barebow. So what they're doing here is the bottom line always shoots first, so that there's no, if the top line shot first, most of the lights are overhead, so they would cast a shadow on the lower targets. So always the lower targets shoot first, top targets shoot second. What happens is that, let's check out this guy's release here. It's looking like he has a thumb button, I believe. Didn't get a good look at it. Anyway, I'll finish my thought. So the bottom line is going to shoot first. Yeah, we got a thumb trigger there. Scott. That is the Scott Apex. Bottom line shoots first, top line shoots second, and then what happens is at the half, if you were shooting on the bottom, you just go to the top. So that's how we even it out. So you're going to shoot 30 arrows on the bottom, 30 arrows on the top. Everybody will do it. And at the Classic, we're stressing this 660, perfect 660 for that $50,000. But perfection is not what you need at the Classic. That's one of the features of our tournament. You do not have to be perfect. All you have to do is be good enough to advance. Whatever that means, whatever division you're in, you just got to be good enough to advance. Shoot a good enough qualification score that you get into the top qualifying bracket. Once you get in there, just shoot good enough to beat the guy next to you or lady. Keep going. You get into the finals, 1 through 8. You don't have to be perfect. You just got to beat the archer you're shooting against. That's it. Perfection is not critical here.
You will change your target faces. It is mandatory. So again, change all target faces. Remark your 3 spots in the aerial or the arrow sequence you're scoring them, please. Thank you.
Offeriox, whatever that says. You are allowed to manipulate the ring. You just got to move it around so that your equipment fits through it. That is correct. There is one of our young Olympic recurve archers, Kirshner. I forget her first name, but I see her at a lot of tournaments. She shoots Olympic recurve, women's recurve competitor here. Let me see. Kirshner is her name. Kaylee Kirshner. Okay. On a 3-spot, are you required to shoot the same spots in order every round? Yes, you are here. We require you to number your targets 1, 2, 3, and then you have to shoot them in that order. You can pick whichever you want, 1, 2, 3, but you have to shoot your arrows 1, 2, 3 in that order. We don't care what's 1, what's 2, what's 3. You just have to shoot them in that order every time. So they actually will number them 1, 2, 3. Randall Malone, PJ, you're not forgiven for your April Fool's joke. Sorry about that, Randy. We definitely had a little fun with that. If you don't know what we're talking about, you can go to the Lancaster Archery Supply YouTube channel and look up PJ's Moving On. We had a little fun on April Fools. It was great to feel the love. Who knew? I had no idea I would be missed so much. That's good to know. Job security. I like that. Arrow twirling at the Classic. Yes, it is allowed. I don't know about Vegas, but yes, we allow it at the Classic. You just got to make sure you don't hit anybody. You can do it, can't hit anybody. We're pretty lax here. We allow a lot of stuff here at the Classic. You just got to make sure, hey, you're not messing somebody else up. You can shoot 27 diameter arrows. You can use lights on your sights, all that stuff. Arrow twirl, whatever you want to do. There you go. There's a longbow. We found one. There you have it. Someone is going old school right there, shooting the wooden longbow. Hats off to you, whoever that is. Are you allowed to use your own pin when pinning your target? I love my unicorn ice cream cone pin. I believe we do not allow outside target pins. I can't tell you why, but you see them all using those black ones there. I know those are the ones we put on the target. I think you have to use our target pins. I can't tell you why that is. I just believe that's the rule. So let's see how many ends we got in here. You can follow scoring, inco.net. There is the QR code. There you go. Check it out. Shout out to our guy, Kyle Kovalarich, who created all this and is orchestrating this live feed you see here. We got Jason Zerby and Kyle McCleister on the cameras, and the other guy is... Hold on, we have a third cameraman. I don't want to miss him. What's our other camera guy's name? Morgan. Thanks, Morgan. We cannot remember Morgan's last name. Sorry, buddy. All right, so on this line, we have nobody who is going to catch Jimmy Lutz and Stefan Hansen at 6:59. The closest we have, Householder, Rainey, Bodie Turner, have each dropped 2 X's. So, that's pretty interesting. Got another one, another longbow. Yeah. All right. We got a couple of them out there. It's Cody Lippincott there. And Seth Green, there's 2 ASA pros you're looking at. Known pro. On the left, Seth Green. On the right, Cody Lippincott. Morgan McGlinty. Want to make sure. McGlindsey, sorry. That's our 3rd cameraman. There you go, Morgan. Anyway, back to Seth Green and Cody Lippincott. I know Cody's from Western PA. I'm not sure where Seth is from. But primarily 3D pros. And so it's showing that we are through 45 arrows. I don't know if that's counting this end. So we got 15, we got 5 ends to go. Yeah, they were just changing targets. So if you didn't hear me mention, we're requiring everyone to change targets every 5 ends because of that $50,000. Want to make sure you got fresh, clean, easy to see targets there for that 660. So we're changing every 5 ends. So know of any archers from Wisconsin? Absolutely. Zach Plonsky. Is he shooting this line? I don't think he's shooting this line. So Zach Plonsky is from Wisconsin. I saw him here. He is not shooting now. But he is one of our 660 shooters. Last year, Zach shot that. We also have Louis Holmes. I'm sure he's going to be here. He always is. Another Wisconsin boy. Jimmy Lutz, Wisconsin boy. His wife, Danelle Lutz, is home pregnant. Hi, Danelle. We miss you. Wish you were here shooting. So, we believe Brian Way is from Wisconsin as well. Okay. Paul McCullough. Can't use your own pins because it gives you unfair advantage to ID your target. That very well could be true. I can't say that it's not. What I can say is IDing your target is an issue here. The one time I shot it, that was my biggest fear. Because, you know, I'm shooting an open setup, so I have magnification. I come back, I don't know which target's mine. So I would always have to go find my name tag, and go off of that. Because it was very easy to come down on someone else's target. And I've already seen on the last line, we had multiple people shoot the wrong target. So that very well could be no pins, so you can't ID your target. Although, hey, you should be able to ID your target. Why not? There's, I believe, Seth and Cody, I believe, out there shooting. Yeah, that's Seth on the left, Cody on the right. ASA shooters. Yeah, look at that Lancaster Archery hat pin. Love it. Love those brim clips. You want to fly the Lancaster Archery flag. There you go. Oop, she didn't like us capturing that arrow. We didn't see where it hit. Could be an 11 for all we know. Let's check out this guy's hat. I like it. He's got lots of flair. Nope. sorry, we missed his hat. There it is. There we go. There's the hat we wanted to see. Look at all that flair. Yes, a barebow archer, of course. Barebow archers have all the flair. Yeah, there he goes. Awesome. Tomorrow, of course, we will see the king. Oh, there we go. Yes. We're going to show you this. Here you go. You wanted to see Longbow? Here we go. He's up next. Let's see if we can zoom in on this guy's shirt. What's his name? What's his name? John. That's all we know. John from Jerry's Indoor Archery. All right, John. Show us how to do it with that longbow. Does he have wooden arrows even? I believe he does. Yes. Here we go. Look at that hand cresting. Oh, beautiful arrows. Feathers. Here we go. Longbow. I don't know where it went. I'm going to call it an X. Why not? Longbow. He looks good shooting that thing. Looks nice and controlled. Let down. Good shot. Good shot. That's what we say at the ASA when you let down. Here we go. I'm calling X again. Look at that longbow. Way to go, John. Nice shooting. I don't even know what he shot, but I don't care. What's the distance to the target? Okay, 18 meters or 20 yards for those of us who don't measure in meters, but technically it's 18 meters, which is like 19.6 yards. So that's what it is. And how many hours does this shoot? So these folks started at 4 p.m. It's 7 p.m. now, and they have 4 ends to go after this. So you're looking at 3.5 hours. Tomorrow when the lines are full, it's all but 4 hours to get through it all. So 60 arrows over about 4 hours. What else we got here? He comes from a long line of Vikings, you betcha. So, yes, correct. Longbow for us is in our barebow category. I mean, technically, you could shoot anything in the open category, right? You could shoot a barebow in open. Open is open. You shoot whatever you want. But that's going to be a bear recurve, I bet. I think that's I would imagine that, based on that riser, I didn't see it real good, but that's going to be a recurve, not a longbow. Yeah, that's a recurve. Probably a bear Kodiak or something like that. But yes, so that bow there, a longbow, they're going to be in our barebow category, is what they're going to shoot in. There you go. There's a good shot at our crowd there. Quite a few people sitting back watching. Parents, if you look on the far right side, blonde woman in the black, that is Bodie Turner's mom. She's there watching Bodie shoot. You know, we got parents, family members, all kinds of folks out here watching. You see that black curtain going right down the middle. Spectators are behind that. Competitors are the chairs in front of that black curtain. And if you look dead center towards the top, you'll see those Lancaster Archery flags. That's our LAS Express trailer. That is our mobile pit crew for these archers. We take that to tournaments all over the country, and it is out here. If an archer needs something, we are right there on the line. Boom. You need some new knocks? Go see Mike Notarangelo. He's there. That's something, the LAS Express, something Rob Caulfield started years ago. That's his term that he says, we are there to be the pit crew for the archers. Keep them on the line, whatever it takes. Because you can imagine some of these tournaments are out in the middle of nowhere. If you have a bow breakdown, what are you going to do? We have a bow press on that trailer. Okay, knocks, you could probably carry extra knocks. What if you have a derailment? How are you going to get that back in order? You need a bow press. We have a bow press. What if you got to cut new arrows? We have an arrow saw. So the LAS Express, if there's a tournament we can't make it to, we hear about it because the archers have come to count on that for keeping them in the game. There's Garrett Ayersman right in the center there in the Matthews jersey. West Virginia archer. Shoots known pro on the ASA circuit. He's won a couple tournaments there as a known pro. Oh, Rio Wild is right behind him. There's Chance Bobuff and Rio Wild. Chance is shooting on this line. Rio will shoot tomorrow. Rio is our only four-time winner of the LAS Classic. Only one. And this will be his debut in the Masters Open Pro Division. Welcome back, Rio. He's been coaching the Korean compound team for the past year, so he did not compete. Now he's back. He has never missed a Lancaster Archery Classic, he told me today. He's been at all 20. So shout out to Rio. We're glad to see him here. Staple at the LAS Classic. He's also a member of our 660 club. He shot the very first one. Very first, I believe, was 2013. Very first 660 here at the Classic. Great to see Rio out here. It's a good look from over top of our LAS Express as we are winding down the line. Counting this one, 4 ends to go. Don't forget, we will be back tomorrow, 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m. Somebody asked what pros are shooting tomorrow. It is too many for me to even name. You name it, who I have not mentioned already, they're shooting tomorrow. Levi Morgan, Jesse Broadwater, Tim Gillingham, Kyle Douglas, Cara Kelly, the McCarthys, Emily, Dan, Sharon Wallace, Jack Wallace, Brady Ellison, Casey Caulfield, just across the board, top to bottom, many, many, many pros shooting tomorrow. All right, I'm told that our man John, who was shooting the longbow, put 2 in the yellow and 1 in the red. Good for him. way to represent John. I believe that's Sierra Sands there in the gas jersey. She shoots on the ASA circuit. There she is on the right side. Up and coming archer. Great to see those folks out here. Hey, I should mention Saturday and Sunday. We have, kind of as part of this tournament, the Easton Youth and Collegiate Trophy Tournament. So, if you are, we have youth divisions at the Classic, basically under 18. But if you're shooting today, and let's say you make the youth male recurve finals, you have to stick around till Sunday. Today's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You have to hang around that whole time. That's not an easy thing for young people to do. So we have this Easton Youth and Collegiate Trophy Tournament where they can come in on Saturday, shoot their 60 arrows, and go home. They get the full Classic experience, shooting on the same field as everybody else, but it's a fraction of the cost and it's a fraction of the time commitment. They can just shoot their arrows and go home. Awards are given out based on score for those 60 arrows.
There's always tomorrow or the next day.
Sorry, I'm coughing up a lung in here. Got to get that out of my system. Brand new Matthews title we're looking at. I don't know whose it is. New bow out from Matthews. Lots of folks shooting that this year. Yeah, Easton Youth and Collegiate Trophy Tournament. That is a great tournament within the tournament to help kids, bring them up. You know, let them wet their feet there. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Had a little stream interruption there. But back to the very important question. What is your go-to place to celebrate another year? As I mentioned, we are in Lancaster County. We have a place called Shady Maple Smorgasbord. Pennsylvania Dutch opulence at its finest. Basically, this is the place you go when you want to overdo it. Shady Maple. That's where I'm going to celebrate another classic. Look it up. Many videos on it. I love it. Everybody in here is looking at me like I have 4 heads because they're saying no way. That's where I'm going. Got a rolling shot going down the line there. That guy's at full draw. Yep, good move there, young man. That was a long hold. I always thought, though, like he's one of the only ones standing out there. Man, that's got to feel lonely. He looked pretty confident, though. S3DA, USA Archery. He knows what he's doing. What all is there to do around the Lancaster area when not shooting? Well, that's a good question. What do you like to do? Lancaster City is not too far away. There's lots of restaurants and bars there. I'm not a bar person myself. For me, what am I going to do? I'm going to roll around and look at the farm country. Maybe I'm weird, but that's what I like to do. Drive around here. We got lots of Amish. I'm not much of an Amish gawker because I know lots of Amish and they don't like that. But hey, they are a tourist attraction here. If you like to go watch people drive around in buggies, you could do that.
I like to be buttered.
Harrisburg is not too far away. Lots of things to do in our capital city of Harrisburg. I guess my short answer probably is, not a whole ton. Depends what you like to do. Paul McCullough says for his go-to dinner, Gracie's on Main. Paul, good call. I definitely cannot argue with you there. Gracie's on Main. Go for the bacon. Bacon. They do bacon like nobody else. Gracie's on Main is in Leola, by the way. I should mention that. It's right where our warehouse and distribution center is. So I am very familiar with Gracie's on Main. So we can see an archer changing a target. So you can change anytime you want. But there's probably only like 3 ends left. Maybe he didn't like where the holes were in that target. Let's see what we got here. We are through 54 arrows, so 2 ends to go. 2 ends. And right now, Jeff Rainey is the only one who has the potential to end at a 58, 2 down. Bodie Turner has dropped 3 11s so far. All of you out there who have been joining us throughout the day, we appreciate you turning into our live stream here. Thanks for doing that. If you got questions, well, first off, be sure you subscribe to the Lancaster Archery Supply YouTube channel. Then you can participate in the chats and ask questions like, what is Shady Maple Smorgasbord? Urban Arrows likes Duke's in Harrisburg for the crab pretzel. Sounds pretty good. As some folks noted in the comments, go wherever the barebow people go. So, John Demmer started a tradition a couple years ago that whoever won barebow had to buy dinner for, I don't know how they figured out who it was, but basically a whole bunch of other barebow archers. So I promise you that's a good time. Be sure to tune in. We will be live streaming the finals, every arrow starting at 1 p.m. on Saturday. Saturday night, our big finale is going to be the barebow, women's and men's. There you see a shooter rocking the Yost barebow jersey there. Eric Yost, big supporter of barebow archery and the classic. They have added special contingency for the barebow finals. Actually, for the barebow divisions. They're going to pay to just people, the best finishers who use barebow Yost products. So shout out to them. So,
There's an archer we haven't seen in a while. Beverly, I forget her last name. She's from Western PA. But we would see her shooting a bunch. She has shot the Classic quite a bit. Good to see her back out here. I haven't seen her in a while. Maybe I just haven't noticed, but let's see. Let's see if we can find her. I believe she shoots Women's Open Pro. There she is, Beverly Hamilton. Good to see her out here. And there on the right, we got Matt Zernzak. Back it out there. Matt Zernzak with the orange bow. He is our color man for the Barebow Division Finals. You want to hear some fun commentary, tune in for the finals. Matt Zernzak will be in the booth on the call. He knows what he's talking about. He is from the Push Archery. If you're familiar with their videos, their podcast, that is Matt Zernzak right there. Is there a draw weight or let-off limitation for compound archers? No, there is not here. We do not have any limitations like that. As we mentioned at like USA Archery events, there's going to be a 60-pound maximum draw weight. We don't have that. If you want to come out here and pull 80 pounds, go for it. As I mentioned, I know for sure Levi Morgan, Dan McCarthy will be shooting over 70 tomorrow. There you're looking at Matt Zernzak on the left there from the Push Archery. Good dude. He'll be sticking around to call the Barebow Finals for us. Lots of great commentary from Matt. Can you tell where to see scores again? Yes, we can. Ask and you shall receive. There you go. inco.net, or just scan that QR code. How do you scan the QR code if you're on your phone watching it? Are you able to do that? Anybody out there? Screenshot, we're saying, and go into your camera roll and tap on it? I don't know. I am not a techie. If you know how to do it, put it in the comments. How do you use a QR code on your phone if you're watching on your phone? Anyway, that's where you find the scores. inco.net. All right, one end to go after this. Looking at some barebow shooters there.
21-344.
That four-fletch from a barebow shooter. All right.
Easy live. 11-11-11.
So you're looking down there. You see a young guy there on the left. You see a young lady in the middle. Older gentleman, in the back with the green. And then your normal age dude there in the black. That's one of the cool things about the Classic, too. You never know who you're going to be on the bail with. It could be anybody. Oh, yeah. Links in the description for your scores, too. But anyway, back to, anybody. You never know who's going to be on your bail. There's no rhyme or reason to it. However, if you're shooting a single spot, we try and keep the single spot archers together. But if you're shooting a 3-spot like that, it could be any division. It could be a bow hunter. It could be youth male open. It could be youth female open, women's open pro, doesn't matter. You could be on the bail. If you shoot Olympic recurve and this is your first tournament, you could shoot on the bail with Brady Ellison or Casey Caulfield. That's one of the cool things about the Classic. We just mix everybody together and have a good time. I'm having a good time. Some of them are not having a good time. Sweating it out there. I've been out there. I did it once. I learned my lesson. I'm sitting here with the microphone.
Oh, yeah, 2. Get him. Ready? And 2. Got to play with the camera a little bit. Thanks, Rob. Great shoot again, as always.
PJ, what is your equipment rundown? All right. I'm shooting the Matthews Title. I have the Excel Achieve XP sight with the Shrewd 29 millimeter Optum scope, 4-power lens. I am shooting the, what's the name of that light I shoot? Yeah.
So again, please don't dally around too much. Get your scores
E-TAC light. Man, if you want to see a sweet light, shoot the E-TAC light. So anyway, I'm shooting that. I'm shooting the new Ultra Centrum 27 series arrows. I really like those things. I'm not a pro. I'm just a hack like anybody else. I just go out there and shoot. Whatever it is, all I did was change arrows. My scores went up shooting the new Ultras. I love those things. Could all be mental? I don't know. All I know is I started shooting better. I can't say I shoot good. I'll say I shot better than I was with those arrows. Love those things. Got competition archery points in them. No, I don't. They don't have them for those yet. I have the Ultra points for that. I believe they are 140 grains. And I shoot the Christopher Perkins executive release. I'm very proud of that release because it is one of one. It is a prototype. They keep trying to get it back from me, and I will not give it up because I know it's unique. It's the only one of its kind. So I have that. I'm proud of it. I got nothing else going for me. I got that release. PJ, did you correct yourself about John missing the target? I didn't say John missed the target. I said that I was giving him 311s. I was calling XXX. So, no, the longbow shooter. No, I did not mention him missing the target. I'd rather shoot on the line under intense pressure than have to talk over the air. Well, Madison, that's because you are an accomplished archer. I am not. I know my place. That is not the place for me. My place is right here. PJ, you ever going to shoot the Classic? I did once. Here's a story. I actually shot the Classic before it was the Classic. We're talking early 1990s. The tournament actually started out, it was called the Lancaster Archery Supply Christmas Classic. I shot that, like 91, 92. That's the precursor to the Lancaster Archery Classic. Once it came to the actual Classic, I shot that one time. It was a nightmare. because I have to work this thing too, so I had to fit that in. It was a disaster. I shot horrible. I was scared to death. It did not go well. Never again. Done. Okay, Nathan Weens says competition archery is now making for the Ultra. Jesse Broadwater and his competition archery points. I figured he would catch up. When I built my arrows, he did not have them yet. They were still new. So, want to make sure we shout out to competition archery points and Jesse Broadwater down there, the freak show. Because he has taken over that company now, and they're just doing excellent things with their points. They gave us a bunch of points to give away as door prizes this weekend. Love them. Can't say enough about them. Are spectators allowed at the event? Absolutely. Anybody can come in here and watch. It is not just competitors and their family. We charge nothing. I will tell you, the complex, Spooky Nook, they charge $10 for parking. We charge nothing. Come on in. If you're around, you can watch all these archers shoot for free, nothing. PJ, what do you think about a 1 5/8 inch peep housing like the HHA for bow hunting? I'm guessing you mean scope housing, 1 5/8 inch scope housing for bow hunting. I like those. I think that's pretty good. I actually started out with big scope housings. I've been finding I like smaller and smaller ones. I used to shoot the 40 millimeter on my target setup. Now I'm down to 29, and I kind of like that. So 1 5/8, yeah, why not? HHA makes excellent sights. I have one of their new Tetra Rise Max Cerakote sights on my hunting bow. Shot 2 nice bucks with it this year. So I like it.
Biggest favor that you can, and go down and score your arrows. Call your arrows, score them, write it all down, sign your scorecards, make sure all the boxes are filled out. Come up as a group with your scorecards, your tablet, and all the members of your scoring group. There are
Sorry, we are ending the line here.
Scorecard collection. If you could
So in
head there
fact,
as soon
I
as
will
you
run out
possibly
there
can, we'll get
for the end. Okay. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for us here at day 1 of the 2024 Lancaster Archery Classic. You can see we're pulling the arrows from the 4 p.m. line. I'm about to forget my name. I've been talking for a long time. Hey, we're going to be back here tomorrow and do it all again starting at 8 a.m. 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m. tomorrow. This house is going to be packed. Can't wait to bring you all the action. Thanks for tuning in all day today.
Lancaster Archery Supply and this tournament are only possible due to archers like you who've helped support us.
For 20 years, the Lancaster Archery Classic has been a staple of winter. As cold winds blow across the frozen landscapes, archers from all over the world converge on the Amish countryside of Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
First prize, Tim Gillingham.
Rob really truly understands archery, very well, and the little nuances that make a difference. And I think that's why he can run a successful shoot and why people really, really like his shoot.
What started as Rob Kaufhold's vision of a unique, exciting archery tournament.
A lot of returning folks, and some that this may be your first classic.
That drew 116 archers the first year has exploded into one of the world's premier indoor competitions.
This is the best tournament of the year, in my opinion. It's hard to believe this tournament's grown to what it has.
For one weekend, amateurs and professionals alike put their hearts, souls, and minds on the line in the quest to call themselves Classic Champion.
Wow! This is
At the Classic, you don't have to be perfect, but your mental focus cannot waver.
And he does it. It's in the middle. That scores an 11.
The final stage is a place where hearts are broken.
That could be the match.
And legends are made.
And he's done it. And he's done it with a perfect 33.
Those who compete here and shine will have their names etched in crystal and in history.
Are you kidding me? Look where that is. He wheels it for the win.
Swing at 12, and he does press it. Oh, boy.
It's all part of what makes this the Classic.
Imagine a target rest that could significantly increase forgiveness and make the arrow hit the same spot, even if the bow is torqued. Thanks to years of development by QAD's innovative team and proven by world champion Levi Morgan, the next revolution in target rest design is here. Ultra Rest TRI was designed to provide the target archer an extremely robust rest with maximum forgiveness, precision tuning, repeatable settings, the highest level of quality, and the type of accuracy that puts shooters on the podium. The Ultra Rest TRI from Quality Archery Designs.
One of our goals with products as a company is that they're new, they're exciting, they are something that has never really been done before or thought of in a different way.
We made it for the serious bow hunter, along with just the serious archer. Oh my God, I shot the biggest buck in my life.
Tanya Galantine, Mike Slusher, Chance Boboff, Paige Pierce, your Women's Open Pro champion.
Are you kidding me? From 6th place to Open Pro champ. Can you get it done? It's crazy.
Bingo. And there it is. Are you kidding me? It's good. It's good. How do you like that? The risk reward pays off with the 12 in the background illuminated for Brady Ellison. He takes it by 1 point.